Boom, we are pre-recorded for another morning Friday. It's October the 5th today. It's raining in the jungle, and we're going to take a look at some of our favorite tokens as we like to watch the patterns unfold daily. It's actually become one of our favorite parts of the routine and the meditation. And for those of you that can't tell, I am taking back up on my Jaguar tip of the spear speed, as I think it makes a difference. And regardless of what you think, this sloth coffee cup is delicious. Actually, I'm a huge fan of bulletproof coffee. For any of you that haven't tried that, it's great. Anyways, with that in mind, let's just dive right into it. So here we are. We've got Omisego on the top chart, but let's go into Bitcoin first, because this is our main unit of account. This is what we've been interested in acquiring more of. All the other asset trades that we make is actually to acquire more Bitcoin. It's one of the reasons why we sell instead of hodl, although if you are the average investor, sometimes hodling might be your best bet. But we are here daily simply to watch these patterns unfold so that we can make the best possible decisions when the time occurs. So here we see Bitcoin still in this pattern and in this trend line, and we're getting closer and closer to a breakout point. And this is important for many reasons. Now, what a lot of people don't understand about Bitcoin is that it's already done a great deal of amazing things. Like, for instance, you can do cross-border transfers that don't need banks, that don't need government institutions. And this is one of the real big selling factors of cryptocurrency, is that the governments and banks have done a great deal to destroy fiat currencies around the planet. And as a matter of fact, they can regulate, control, and actually create laws around your ability to access that money. So for instance, in Greece, you can only take out a certain amount of money every day. Same thing is happening in Argentina, Turkey. They're doing the same thing in Venezuela as well. And these are called capital controls. And it's one of the really big downfalls to have a centralized source of the monetary distribution. And a matter of fact, the centralization comes to when people can write laws and regulations that actually prohibit or hinder your ability to access what should freely be yours. Bitcoin has solved that, and I believe it's done at the monetary layer, not at the currency layer. And the monetary layer could make Bitcoin worth trillions and trillions of dollars per token, and that is an astounding idea. Now, one of the main things to take into account here is that because we're moving so quickly into the future of technology at an ever-increasing pace, the work by Peter Diamandis and Ray Kurzweil is proof of this. What we can expect to see in the next 15 years is absolutely a demonstrably different story than we are living in today. And this might have all crazy sorts of implications where money might actually become worthless in the next 20 years because the majority of money, its process is a store of energy and value that you can communicate to someone else to trade for another type of value, whether it's property, tangible assets, food, water, whatever it might be. And if you were to create an infinite energy device, energy would become a lot cheaper, and therefore the production of everything that we know today would become cheaper. And this is one of the really amazing things about decentralization, is that over the last 50 years, your price of entry has changed dramatically, from the very first microprocessing chips costing hundreds of millions of dollars to where we sit today, where on my average cell phone, this friggin' thing here, we have quadrillions of nanotransistors that are functioning for a fraction of the cost. It used to cost $10 in 1975 to call India for a minute. Now it costs you less than 1/100th of a penny. This is true decentralization. Tech deflates the price of entry point for everyone, and it's leveling the playing field in absolutely every source. So this concept is really the valuable part, not just the underlying technology, but the concept of decentralization. So Bitcoin, thank you for all that you've done, all that you do, and your continuing inspiration for all those that are following in the cryptocurrency footsteps. I'll take a quick look at XRP here. I guess I'll make sure I call them different things, as Ripple and XRP are different. We did go over that in the last video. And again, here we see Ripple's dropped below the 7/8, or XRP has dropped below the 786 line. I do suspect we're going to retest the 236. From what I've heard from some of the people on the other side of the XRP token, that they are generally, they start to sell tokens at a particular time to increase profit levels, marginal activity, etc. So I do suspect we will return probably somewhere to the 35-cent line, but there is reason to suspect it could go significantly lower, but I don't think we'll see that here in the short term. So So let's keep our eyes on the short term for now instead of the long term, because long term Bitcoin could be worth trillions of dollars. Ethereum, obviously, one of the tokens that brought a lot of interest into the space. Now, what's great here is we actually see a change in direction into the sideways channel, which I think is positive. So keep an eye on Ethereum. Now that it's entered a sideways uptrend here, I think we could see it enter into a new bull phase. But again, I think that is only based off the fact that if Bitcoin breaks out here, if Bitcoin breaks down, I suspect every other token will follow in its suit, regardless of what it's doing or what it's capable of doing. Bitcoin is the money, and I'm like fairly positive of that. Time will tell, right? Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Time will tell what's coming next. Only time will tell. So please be patient. It's probably your most valuable asset. We're going to take a look at Litecoin, some of your guys' favorites. Now, I'm looking for an entry point somewhere around the $40 mark here, as we have broken through the 236 line, one of the main lines of support and resistance that we have seen through every other cryptocurrency's drop and, I guess, pump and drop. Pump and dump. Yeah, I'll just leave it as a pump and dump, right? Pumping and dumping, whatever it might be. It's kind of it has a negative connotation. Let's say rising and falling. Rising and falling. Yes, that sounds much sexier. So the rise and fall of Litecoin here has brought us down to around the $50 mark. We left in early May here when our trades turned south instead of north. It fell all the way back down to the around the $50 mark we're sitting at today, $57. I do suspect we will quickly test the $44 to $42 range because of how much support we have on the interim here from last July through September. But note, we will have to keep an eye on that because this is actually a big time of year for all of the financial markets. So what that means is we're actually looking for re-entry points into all of our alternative digital assets now that we have retraced most of the previous gains. So that's extremely exciting. Really quickly in the middle here, guys, if you like this content, give us those thumbs up. If you're new to the Bear family, remember to subscribe and hit that little bell. That way, anytime we go live, you will be notified. Also, if you want, check out arcanebear.com. This thing's going to load slowly because of the internet, and the rain in the jungle today is not all that exciting. I should probably preload these from now on. And if you want, for the next 2 weeks here, you get 20% off of any of our swag or clothes, phone cases, whatever that might be. Just type in Arcane Bear, all one word, into the coupon place, and you will receive 20% of a discount on anything you like. If you want to get yourself a ladies crop top because you happen to be a lady, or maybe you're not a lady and you just want to wear ladies crop top anyways, we don't judge anyone. That's entirely up to you. Use that discount code and earn yourself 20% off of any of the Arcane Bear swag. Thank you for joining us, Bear family, as well. Remember to join the Telegram channel in the links below. That's it for now. I'll do one last plug before we take off, but now that Litecoin's brought us down here, we're looking for that re-entry space. Digibyte. Someone asked a question about Digibyte yesterday. It's actually right up in the area where we had been accumulating, and I do suspect that we're going to see a breakout within the next few days here. As you can see on the one-day chart, we're actually headed up towards the moving average convergence and divergence. I think once we break through that, we're going to see a run probably up to the 573 Satoshi marks. Again, almost about 100% run, I would suspect. It could go even higher, but I don't know. We're going to have to watch this one closely, and particularly what we're watching right now is the MACD, or your moving average convergent divergent. Once we break this on the daily chart, we will enter heavily, most likely. So keep an eye. Again, remember, none of this is trading advice. This is strictly for entertainment. I'm not even going to go with this is for educational. This is just for entertainment purposes only. If you find anything that's educational out of this, I'm super excited. But this is entertaining for us. We love watching these charts. It's like music. It's like art. It's like a whole new form of art to us, especially this type of long-form shit talk conversationing. I've fallen absolutely in love with this. So thank you very much, Bear family, for always being so supportive and giving us those thumbs up. So close eye on Digibyte over the next few days here. Again, I had already re-entered the position around the 380 Satoshi mark. We've done that twice now, taking these subtle gains. So I think we're going to see that again. As you can see, we've got a little bit of a green candle here. If you roll in on the 1 hour chart, it becomes a little bit more apparent that we're going up, but again, we haven't broken out its main resistance. I think once we break out around the 400 Satoshi mark, we will see that run continue. So I wouldn't necessarily... again, not trading advice, but I'm entering a position into Digibyte. Omisego. Someone asked why we thought Omisego could still go further down lower. And as you can see here, on the one hour chart, we're about to break up. But on the daily chart, for your moving average, convergent, divergent, we've actually turned down and the volume's starting to decrease. So I think Omisego will go a little lower, so I'm not going to enter it as one of my token positions. There are a bunch of other tokens which we're looking at, obviously. Cloak coin, Cardano, Raven coin is one that we're adding. Ontology. We've actually reached out to Bruce Fenton. We're going to be doing an interview with him. So thank you guys for helping us on that one. We're excited to have Bruce Fenton on the show soon as well. We are working on being as deeply inquisitive and as humbly curious as possible. And although it might seem simple, it is actually very, very difficult to remove one's opinion because bias is often where we get our value from. Anyways, I don't want to go too far down that trail, but we are doing our best to make sure we are just on a path of pure discovery. Regardless of what that information might reveal to us, that is what we would like to do. That's it for today. We're going to keep it short, sweet, and simple. This is Tio with the Arcane Bear reminding you to give us those thumbs up if you like this content. If you're new to the Bear family, pound that subscribe button, hit that bell. Join our Telegram channel in the links below. That way, if you want to catch any of the up-to-date information that might be going on, there is a large group of over 2,000 people that are sitting in the Bear Telegram channel that are constantly there to help you or supportive. Maybe we can all learn a little bit more together as we operate in a community. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Steemit, Minds, all that ridiculous stuff. So please follow us on any of the channels as well. If you want to add me as a friend on Facebook, you're more than welcome to do so. I accept most of them as long as you have a valid account. This is Tio with the Arcane Bear. We're signing off for the rest of the day, saying we hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or maybe you're fast asleep and you're going to be wake up and watching this soon. Ciao.